That's right. It's another like hand cam thing scenario. You're gonna see what a mess I'm like. That's what this is technically gonna be. And the hope that someone will buy a gift thing for vertical live streams because YouTube wants to give me stuff. If you do that. For now, I can't seem to get myself in the frame at the same time. So let me tweak things ever so slightly. I want you to see this area more than anything. You can watch what a mess I'm going to make right now. So here are a lot of bottles. Yay. I also had the idea of doing another like above can thing, but that seemed like nonsense. So you get this. Right now, what I'm trying to do is assemble the prizes that people won during the fundraiser we did recently. That's right, I haven't done them yet. I have no accountability and no ability to do anything unless I have something that'll keep me on track, which is this. I figure if I go live, I will actually do these because I want to do them. I need to get them done, but I've had no motivation to do any of it. It's exhausting. Now I need to make sure I do this in the right order. This is already done. We actually did this one on live stream. So if you were there, you know what this is. And if you weren't, mystery. Let me get this situated. And what's nice is I don't have to make the box of this one because the person who won it is nearby. I don't have to send it by hand delivery. I actually don't remember what the percentage is on this, though. I think I know. I'm going to have to go check. And the one we're doing right now is my top shelf. Since that one's the easiest to make because I just use 4 of these big bad boys, which I have a few left. Ooh, damn. I'm debating if I want to get more of these since I've sort of upgraded. Is that the word? We're using these ones now because I can send 7 of these, whereas in my hand delivery situation, I can only send 4 of these at a time, which is a good amount. It's like 2 ounces each. But this one you get 7 ounces. Different thing. Sugar Kitty, meow. I emailed you about where you want me to send things. I haven't sent them yet, mainly because I don't know where you want me to send what. You want me to send them both to you? Or if you want one sent to you and one sent to someone else? Check your email. Give me back. Let me know. Don't tell me here. I won't remember. But again, for those of you who are just showing up, I am putting together the prize packs for the GoFundMe we did last month. God, that would be terrible if I waited a whole year. Yeah, the people who won last year didn't get anything yet. No, we're doing these. These are the top shelf ones. So you'll see some of my most expensive, top quality stuff that I have right now. One of them is this. Kind of guilty. It's backwards. I know. Sorry, cameras. 15-year. An Elijah Craig barrel proof that I bottled myself at the distillery on October 3rd, 2022. I've had this for 2 years. When you start to have like whiskey that has labels on it, it's like that was 2 years ago. What? Why haven't I drank all this yet? What has happened? And then we have this one. It's a Courage and Conviction pick by Irene Tan. Funny, this one's from Irene Tan. This one's from Irene Tan. Irene Tan's bottles can be expensive. That's what this is. And there's some of the most expensive stuff I have. So, top shelf. I always see more chat. No. Hello. Trying to see all the things that are coming by. Warrior Pub M1. Hello. Khaleesi Patterson. No. Hello. Yes. Warrior Pub M1. Hello. Easy Gamers 25. Hello. Thank you all for being here. While I just fiddle around with things. Again, the camera angle is weird. Like, I so wanted this to be, like, this way. But as I said, YouTube is doing this whole promotion of using their gift thing. Which I don't know where you see that on your end. I just see it like someone's done it or not, which is up here for me. And if people do that enough times while I'm doing these, I might get some financial goodness from YouTube, which would be really great. Really great. I want you to see mostly what I'm doing down here with the pouring in the mess that I'm going to make. I need to order these. Let me go check one thing, because we have this sample already, and I don't remember what the percentage is. And I have a specific way I do things. And I'm not telling you what they are, because it's more fun for me that way. Oh, wow. These are all very high proof, by the way. This one. I think I know the order that I want to do things, but I have to verify with the bottle that is currently empty. Beer back no more. Right click. Oh. Okay, that made things exactly the way I wanted. Now I know. Ah! Chair's trying to escape. Now I can continue. Again, I hate this angle. Let me try. Send you higher up, maybe? Hello. Just got a Discord message. Okay. What do you think? Again, I'm trying to show you this, but it is in a weird spot, and angles are odd. I don't want to point you at my crotch, is what I'm saying. Maybe you want that. That's on my OnlyFans, so I'm not going to say any more about that. Yeah. It's funny. OnlyFans has become funny. And the reason I'm showing this is because this is a lot of work. Like, I had to do a lot of the prizes for this year's GoFundMe. And it is going to take a lot of time for me to get this situated. It's right in front of me. You also get to see this doodad I have. Whoa, it's magic. This is a label printer. I was going to say, please tell me the batteries work. But I use this to make simplified versions of things. No! I would get messages now, wouldn't I? But the funny thing about this is I can use a lot of it for a while. Hey. At least that doesn't look backwards. I know one of the problems I have right now is like trying to find a good angle, because this is what I do. This is chaos. This is chaos. And I know when you look at it, your eyeballs go, ah, that's a lot. 25 other messages, which is why I don't reply immediately. No, there's no rush. I just want to make sure you're not like waiting for me to send anything. That's my main concern, is figuring out how to get what to who. And a fair amount of these are actually local. Like Cliff won, you won. I think there's one person who won that's on the other side of the country, and that's it. I have to get this situated. I'm getting messages, I'm sorry. Funny thing is, it's on my computer. So the computer is over here. You see it, you're seeing the back of the screen. Everything that way is familiar to you. And then you have the wall of white, which is actually just a pillar, I believe. And you get to see the window. Like I said, getting an angle here is weird. But old-fashioned cheers. Welcome. And if anyone is drinking anything, it's a little early in the day, but it's also Sunday, so have a drink. Have a drink on me with your own collection, please. Normally I want things to be right here, like in the middle. And since I have all these bottles I have to deal with, first of all, that complicates matters. You know what's really nice for me? I can't even smell these. Because I am currently abstaining from alcohol consumption. Oof. Oh my god. Oh, they smell so good. Why? What the hell? Why are you still on here? There's a thing of plastic on here that's going to get in the way immediately. Go all over the place. No. What was I going to say? Courage and conviction, single cast American malt whiskey. Yes, I know. There's my thing. Isn't it buried? God damn it, Brian. Get your shit together. Alright. There is some degree of organization over here, I promise. It doesn't look that way, but there is. That's the one thing I feel bad about, is I can't really have music on. I might be able to do lo-fi, but I have to do it on my computer. And the speakers are facing the other way. So if you want some music, just give me a thumbs up. Either in whatever this is, like that, or in the chat. Either way, let me know if you would like some background music. I will happily oblige, because usually I have something playing while I'm doing this to keep myself distracted enough. I didn't know I had an adapter. Well, I don't use this very often, so the battery's been fine. I just have to remember to do this the right way. I have to print them all out at once, or I will forget, like I just did. Ugh. Don't worry about it. I'm not making a mess over here. Are you not entertained? I just made a huge mess. Because I made the mistake of covering up my little garbage bin. And the other problem I'm having, that I'm going to show you guys, so behold the mess, is I have, here, in a weird way, in my collection, at my desk, and I have this thing hovering next to me. So this is the light that helps you get to see me when I do live streams on my desk. There's a whole bunch of stuff here in the way that I need to deal with someday. Not today. I have one other problem, and it's dealing with making samples. You can see me do that. Let's do it again. Again, these are sent as a blind, so the people who get these don't actually know what they are. You might get to know what they are if you're paying attention. But since I'm not telling you much about it, haha. I gotta say, the vertical live streams are so odd. There's like a weird influx of people at the start, and then it kind of dies down. It's very strange. All right, that's enough for you. I've been using this thing for a number of years now. I don't know which one you have, but this one works fine for me. I know everything's backwards. So Dynamo Letra Tag. And Zenmood actually messaged me earlier today talking about how convenient these are. You can usually get these off. That's why I use these little label makers. Because I put them on glass, they stick, and the good thing is you can take them off. Like if you really want to peel it off, it comes off without leaving any residue behind. It's always been my, like, we'll call it a pet peeve. No, I breathed, I sighed. Why did I do that? Well, there's... Ah, yes. Further evidence that I was a Twisted Tea newbie, or fan. This is Midnight Black, which is the one they got rid of, which is why I have this. My favorite thing to do with Twisted Teas was mix the Midnight one with the raspberry one. It was so good. Terrible stuff for me. Probably part of why my liver is so angry now. Or irritable. It needs a break. And for those who have missed it, I've said it a few times now, but I have officially been confirmed that I will be taking a year off of whiskey entirely. And alcohol in general. Until next August. So, my how old am I? 44. Yeah, I'll be turning 45 without having a drink. It's another funny thing you notice when you stop drinking alcohol is how many just general reasons people give themselves to drink. Birthday is one of them, of course. New Year's, big one. Any type of holiday, really. It's rather silly. And then you feel left out if you don't have a drink with you. It's a social norm. And a reminder, we're going into some deep dives of audiobooks. So if you're a channel member or a patron of mine, which all of you should be by now, you'll be following me along, if you want, on my little audiobook journey to try to better understand and kind of educate. I know the books I'm looking into aren't really for educational purposes, but at the very least are, how do I put it? Ways to expand the mind, better understand things. Like right now, the one we're listening to is Christian Science by Mark Twain. So it's a very interesting style, like Mark Twain's writing. It's just, you can tell it's from long ago. It's nothing like the writing of today. And it's been very interesting so far. It's about, well, what Christian Science is, and it's kind of messed up. The two words next to each other should tell you enough. Should really tell you enough. All right, now I gotta put this one out of my way, onto the floor of all places. My very expensive bottles of whiskey. Yeah, went from top shelf to bottom shelf on the floor. Don't even bother. I'm smelling. Nope. Didn't touch it. Don't get weird. Maybe lick the rim of the bottle. No, I didn't. I just told you I'm specifically refraining from alcohol use. No. This happens far too often, and I can usually get this to work. Not always. I kind of push it in and hit it. Nice. I hope you saw that. I think you did. That's tricky. Where did... Oh, I forgot there's a part here that's going to be very loud for you and kind of tricky for me to do. Because of where the extension, or not the extension cord, the plug. There's a wall outlet over there, and where you're placed is kind of in the way of me using that. But I'll figure it out. No issues. No major issues. Where I am cleaning this out a little bit, so there's no residue. It's non-stick, so like liquids should not stick to it. There should be no residue to contaminate these things, but just in case, I don't want any crossover. You don't want like an Irish whiskey interfering with bourbon in any way. The bourbon would beat its ass, for the record, as far as like my feelings about what will overpower what. Not getting as much of a nose on that as I want. Man. Oh, Elijah Craig and your wild neck pour thing. Get to the top real quick. I always try to keep it right there. Ah! Again, this is the one I barreled myself at the distillery. I would love to go back to Kentucky, man. It's something else when you've been there once and you know what you like. Like Maker's Mark's distillery, I would tell anyone to go there. I do tell anyone to go there. Go to the Maker's Mark distillery. It's a beautiful place. This desk gets a nice little cleaning with the alcohol that's spilled. There we go. Should you like me? Look at the color differences, right? This is, again, if people have never gotten my samples from the previous years when I did these 4-packs, this is what you get. Not done, though. Professional. Funnel is actually harder to keep from spilling with some spouts. I just you'll use it. Yeah, I've considered like not using it recently. I know Irene Tan's big on the just freaking do it, pour it, which I can do, but in this way because I want to get as much in here as possible, and I don't really care that much if I spill. I'll be annoyed for sure, but I feel like I'll spill more if I don't use the funnel. And since I have to do so many of these, ooh, here we go. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty of me and my professional packaging. And no one told me how to do this. This is one of those things you learn how to do it yourself. But I have worked in packaging before, which is like one of those weird, life experience job I used to have. Never thought it would come in handy things. But I use these little buggers. You can't really see what it is, but I heat this up and it makes certain that these are closed and sealed. It's not something I need to do, like officially, but as someone who did packaging and wants to make sure everything's absolutely like set, no problems with hand delivery. All right, again, apologies. I don't know if I can. Well, I'm gonna check. Oops. Ugh. Why? This outlet's so janky. Ugh. I also don't know if I'll be able to do this in front of you. Maybe. So this is very loud. This is the heater I use to lock these in. Okay, I can mute this. So what I'm going to do is turn it on so you hear what it sounds like, and then I'm turning it off and muting the microphone so you don't have to hear it again. Because it sounds like this. All right, you ready? Very hot air. And since I don't want you to have to hear that noise, I'm going to mute the mic just for a minute while I package these up. Whoop. Good at timing the pour, so it's actually better for me. Do it direct. Top seal if you don't have the little silicone stoppers. They do have little silicone stoppers. For example, this one just didn't want to come on. They do that. But yeah, these do have them. But I'm a very untrusting person, so the way I make certain I feel like these are locked in, and it's a little extra thing. You get to, like, they have the perforation on here. Hold on. I don't think that's going to show up. No, it will not. It is clear. But yeah, there we go. A little perforation. So you get that little extra just thrill. Ugh. Of opening it officially. Yeah, these will make sure that there is no issue, but technically I don't need to use them. Going dark. There you go. We're back. Oof. Again, I can't tell if the angle's good because I know you can see this area, see what I'm doing here, but I also see chat is at the bottom for me. So chat might be in the way of everything. No, it's a funny smell, by the way. And what's funny is I don't have to actually seal these. These are actually hand deliveries for someone nearby. was the winner. I'm going to show you the next phase that would occur, just for you. So I have these. These are the boxes I use. They used to be black because I thought, you know, black boxes, hey, that's cool. Everyone likes a black box. But unfortunately, Mr. Great Shot got to find out that if I send things to hotter areas in the country, well, it's hotter. So when I was using plastic ones, I used little plastic ones for a hot minute. I might still have some of them for just like handing stuff off to people. But they melted because it was so hot. And it was in a black box, which is also very hot and has an absorbent heat thing. So I don't use the plastic ones anymore unless I'm just like giving them to you in person. And yeah, I went to the white box to avoid that ever happening because reflective. And when they turn in, it look like this. I have a bunch already done. I did at least that earlier. Let me turn these nice little packages for hand deliveries. Most of you, well, some of you have gotten them before, but, you know, little tiny thing. These just fit in here somewhat nicely. Let me back you up a little bit. That might be part of the problem. You're too close. I just lay them in here. Yeah, just like this, completely Yeah, and then I send them to you, right? Yeah? No? No, obviously not. That would be stupid. Why would I go through all this trouble and then send them that way? Where is it? Why is this here? Giant plastic thing I don't need. That doesn't go in there. Yeah. That does. This is one of those things I found because of how people ship stuff, like how hand deliveries have occurred, is what I mean. A lot of people just use general small bubble wrap and just like take that and wrap it around their bottles and like tape it, and that's just, it's not professional. We're professionals here. Professional whiskey somm, professional packaging for hand deliveries. So I got these off Amazon. See that? It's a little bubble wrap. It's got a pouch. And guess what? These fit in here very well. And this is a little sticky thing. You close it up. Put it in here. I have some. I use extra bubble wrap, except I'm kind of running out of bubble wrap. I use the bubble wrap itself. So I get 4 of these for the 2-ounce ones, and then they'd all be stacked next to each other. Like in here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I don't have any. Oh, yeah, I don't. So I might have to buy more of that. Actually, this will be the first time I have to buy it. Like the little small bubble wrap stuff. Looks like this, except it's just bubble wrap. And I would then wrap that whole thing in bubble wrap. And then I'd put the peanut gallery. Where are they? Where are they? Was that done? Why are they over there? Yeah. And that I didn't buy. That was because I've gotten so many hand deliveries of generous people watching my channel. I've had enough for quite a while. But I think I'm running out unless I have some more stashed away somewhere. But I'm not sure. Anyway, that's a glimpse. Oh, stomach, please, shut up. That's a glimpse of how these are done. But again, I don't have to do that with these ones because these are a straight up hand delivery. Hand delivery. What is this? Oh, that's right. I have this box over here. I'm like, what is this box? The box is filled with more of these. Absolutely filled with them. I think these are a little smaller, actually. Here they are. I had to buy more because I was actually going to run out of these. Let me check these. I know I've used them already. Where did it go? How do I do this to myself? Oh, it's next to me on this side. Well, of course. Of course it is. So yeah, I have like this bag is full of the bubble wrap stuff, like these buddies. But I'm going to run out soon, so now I have an entire box full of those. And these ones are a little smaller. But guess what? They're actually a better fit. So just, there you go. Stomach, shut it. Ugh. Keep getting bubble wrap over and over. I have whole garbage bags, plural, both bubble wrap and peanuts. Exactly. I had that problem for a while, but I haven't had people sending me stuff as much because I haven't really been asking for it. And of course, since my new situation of not drinking alcohol at all, I want to double check something with these. Oh yeah, that's not even a question. So if I put 2 of these in here, this is how I would do these vials. So 2 of them in there. Now you're thinking, whoa, those are right next to each other in their glass. Yes, but if I do this just right, this is something I had, there's probably a better way to do this, but I get some of this stuff and just shove it in between them and put it all the way down. That way they can't actually interact. I would push that all the way down as far as I could and then put more in there as best I could to keep these absolutely 100% unable to touch each other. And the one thing about packaging is all you want is for nothing to touch anything else that it shouldn't. You want nothing to move. Like when you make a package, everything has to have like solid non-movement no matter what happens to it. That's all packaging is. So if you have stuff that's like moving around in a box, don't do that. Time to create a little work for you? What are you doing? Did you do something? Because I didn't see it. And Patrick Greeny, we're testing out gifts. Well, those are gifted memberships, sure. Thank you. I don't get to hear a noise. Well, that's sad. That's right, because I'm not using OBS. All my little indicators aren't working. Thank you, Patrick Greeny, as always. If you would like to buy a gift, that's whatever this is for me. I don't know what gifts look like on your side. I know we just got gifted memberships, but Patrick Greeny, if you haven't heard, there is incentive for me to do these this way so they can test out these gift things, whatever those are. It's like coins. It's like they're trying to do Twitch stuff. But I got an email recently. They're like, yeah, we're testing out this new thing. If you do more vertical streams and get people to buy gifts, I think they're called gifts. You don't see a gift thing? It's got to be there. I don't know what to tell you. But I know, you know what? No, he's not here. Zenbud, are you still here? Zenbud managed to do it, but I have no idea what it looked like on your end. And I also don't know how it works. But anyway, I'm trying to get people to do that. If you don't see it, I don't know. Are you on a computer? I think it's strictly for cell phones. I honestly don't know. But I opted in since they're trying it out. And the idea is if I do enough of these vertical streams and get people to go buy gifts, they might send me $1,000 at the end of the month, which would be big. That would take off almost all the debt I have on my credit card, which I have more of because of the car issues. So it's like $900 for the car, raising it from the dead, then $300 to get the simple repairs of the coolant and the oil light thing kept going on. And that was like half and half. It's like $150 for the manual labor and $150 for parts and replacement and all that nonsense. Credit cards are great. Ugh. You can pay for stuff even though you can't pay for stuff, and then you have to pay for stuff for a long time. Again, I don't like talking about money, but this is the job. And Patrick Greeny, you're ridiculously generous, so I don't like saying anything even more because you're helping out more than you ever know already. So there's the basics. Like for stuff I have to box up, that's what that would be. Now, okay, that took 45 minutes. Good God. And I'm going to leave these here. I know where they are. Oh, wait, I'm not done. Oh, well. All right, the person who is getting these, I am in direct contact with easily. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I don't want them to show up. But anyway, those are for them. They're nearby. You can deduce it, especially if you actually saw the giveaway. the next step that would happen, I want to show you all these steps. I'm not going to do them right now because I'm already hungry, and I knew that when I first started I was going to be hungry. And that makes it so I don't do this for too long. And Patrick Greeny, you have helped by telling me you don't see the gifts, so I don't know what's up with that. I did opt in. I know they're out there. I just don't know what you see on your end. I can't help. Sure, Kitty, or anyone else, if you see it on your end, do help, do assist. Help. So this is the next thing that would happen. I have all these color-coded, not color-coded, but different colored envelopes, and they're really small, as you can tell. Look at it. I get this back when it's supposed to be. I'm going to fail a little. So what would happen next, and I haven't found a better way to do this. I want a better way to do this. But what would occur is I'd put A, B, and C on these different colored envelopes. Just find out what they are. See, there's a bunch of varieties of color there. And these are the cards that I write on. I'll be buying another package of those at some point. But there's more than 7 colors, and that's the important part. But in this case, you'd only need 4. I would take this, I'd write A on it, or B or C, and then I'd have to write down what it is. So I'd write down, this is blah, da, 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 it's 50% ABV. Take this, make sure it's facing out, so you see it right away. Open this up, stick this in here. Ooh, you have to fully demonstrate, Brian. I know, it's annoying though. Put it in here. So when the person opens it, they see what it is right away. No flipping it around. And then just close it. It's got the little like blick here, and I don't do that. I have some water. I had to switch to my phone, but found it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it is a phone thing. I'll have to keep that in mind. Or if I mention it and someone says, like you, I don't see it, I have an answer now. So thank you for helping me figure this thing out. Anyway, then I'd lock it up. I'd use a little like wet paper towel or just some wet my fingers and put it on there. I don't lick it. Yeah. Why that's norm still, I don't know. It's pretty gross. Here, my DNA, enjoy. But there you go. That's how that would work. I'd make 7 of these for the regular packs, 4 of them for this one, and then they would just be placed inside, like so, one on top of the other, with A, B, and C on them, at least in this case. So easy. Easy, easy. And I have these separated, so like hiding down here, since they're really hard to get out of that box. But now all of you who have not seen what it's like to get a package from me, you have an idea now. And now, we'll dive into this next one. I'm actually going to make the strips first. And this is probably part of the process that takes the longest. Is me just going A, B, C, and printing them out separately. You can see how exciting this is. I feel like I should flip it the other way around so you can see. You get to experience the same joy I do with watching how slow this is. I'm going to B, print. What's the magic? Oh yeah, there it is. Yep. B, C. This is another issue with doing like 7 samplers. It's like, cool, you get 7 different samples, but now I have to put it all together. So we go all up to a, like, what, G? Yeah, G. Still hum the song. So this is part of the reason it's so slow, because I have no quick way to do this. The only other way that I've thought about was like printing them all out at once, like A, B, C, D, but I'd have to space them out, and I'd have to cut them manually, so why give myself even more work? And now I have to make sure I don't sigh too hard because these things will go flying. Can't breathe too hard or else they'll go away. F, almost there. Where is it? F. This is sideways now for me, so it's a little complicated. Now, how did, I mean, you're just looking at them, Patrick. How do the gifts, like, what is the cost? How do they work? Is it like 100 for 5 or like 5 for 5 or what's the, I don't know what the ratio is. I've only seen them once. And I think something pops up on here. Like that popped up earlier with the gifts. Again, thank you for doing that. Now I have to make a new one of those for tonight. Reminder tonight, I will be going live. There we go. Yeah, it's a little trophy. Uh, Thank you, Patrick Greeny. I don't know how much that is. It says 500 gifts. That's what I see. Again, now I'm nervous. I don't know the amount. I can't say like, it's this much money. I don't know. Thank you, Patrick Greeny. I don't know how like stunned to be, but thank you for doing that. I have no idea how much that is because I think they're trying to do bits. Again, I don't understand how it all works. That's why we're trying it now. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. I hate to be like, hey, try this out, but to get YouTube/Google to give me more money, possibly. I'm pretty sure it's a random thing. Like they're saying they're going to give you 1,000, but it's also like depending on like how many people do it, and then it's a random draw. But again, Google and YouTube have plenty of money to spread. They get some of it from you, just like now they did. So imagine like that times how many YouTube accounts that are monetized are. Ugh. The amount of money that even just thinking about that is insane. FG, E, E, D, wait, D, E. Okay, cool. Have these all set now? I don't have more of them. Oh God, I didn't prepare. I kind of did. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 2 more. Where did I put them? Are they way over there? All right. Good news about the phone thing. It's good to see that gifts are somehow, for some reason, they're trying to do. I gotta unplug this. Hold on. They're trying to do Twitch-like things, but apparently you can only do it from your phone. YouTube, Google, what are you doing? What are you doing? Again, you can see the mess that is behind my desk. This is, again, right here is the other side of my monitor, my computer. You can actually see my whiskey collection in the background if you want. Still there. Just getting a whole different angle. My other desk, which is mainly for doing this. Okay. I'll just grab 2 of these. Steady on. As I mentioned earlier, I have a dilemma with this, which you can't see, but I have a light that I use strictly for when I live stream to make sure I look reasonable. Here we go. Is that my own? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why? No, that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. I can count. Yeah. And the trick to this, which I attempt to do, this is another slow part. Why? Talking is exhausting. Sure, Kitty, that's correct. The key point, though, is that they help. For those who are generous, they help get some of that to me, and that's really important. As I've mentioned, like many other channels, I think there are more people out there, and part of the reason I'm doing gaming is because I do that in general, and it helps. Like it really does. That's the main source of income for me, completely. Other than what I've told people, straight up, I try to be as transparent as possible. Is that I get Social Security disability every month. It's for just over $1,000, and almost all of that goes to paying rent, and everything else, the little extra that there is, the money from Patreon, the money I've been receiving from YouTube lately, all of it goes into paying bills. Bills and credit card debt. Those are the 2 things that happen. I'm very lucky that I have Snap so I can actually use that assistance to buy groceries, which is nice. Buying groceries and having food is pretty good. But I always seem to run out at the end of the month because it is not a lot of money. I think it's like $250. So it's maybe $50 a week for groceries. It's easy to spend too much of that, even if you're single like me. All the money in groceries goes away pretty fast. Yeah, that reminds me, I have to get my groceries set up for Tuesday. Trying to have some degree of scheduling. Is that what it's called? But I have my groceries picked out online, and then I just pick them up at a grocery store because my condition makes it that going into a grocery store feels really bad. I don't like doing it at all. Big grocery store, like it's a Stop and Shop that I go to, and it's a fairly large place, and I've been in it before, but I'd rather avoid being it at all. What is that? And it makes things just easier for me to just go there, wait a few minutes, and pick up my groceries. Talking to one person for about 30 seconds. And then that's it. Some people don't actually talk to the people who come out with your groceries. They just like open their trunk, which I understand. Part of it is so you don't have to be in contact with people directly, like if you're sick, or if you're in my situation where you have a certain disability that makes it difficult to do things, whether mental or physical. What was my point? Yeah, money. Trying to make money on YouTube has been very, very good because it's something I can try to manage. We have had a bit of a wrench thrown into things because of the no drinking whiskey, and me for the past 4 years being a mainly whiskey-oriented channel. But I think I needed the break. Like making videos got pretty exhausting every week. And if I think about it, like drinking as much alcohol as I was all the time, and not having really stopped for a break at any point for the past 20-ish years or more, it's no surprise my liver's pissed off. That's what I'm saying. Especially since I was self-medicating for a long time. And while whiskey did curb my alcohol consumption, I was still drinking alcohol. So there's that. It's been kind of nice to not have to do that with making videos every week. Even though I know that's a big part of getting eyes on the channel, at least it used to be. So doing vertical stuff like this has been good, and doing shorts, like I've been doing the advent calendar again every day, has been nice because people actually just see it while they're swiping. They're like, oh, who's this crazy guy with a mustache? What's he eating shortbread for? Is he sane? No. Certifiably so. I have the diagnosis still. I can show you. And now, where are they? Bag of tops. Talking is exhausting. Problem is I don't have enough tops for the amount I have right now because they gave me a second box because some of them broke because they didn't freaking wrap it very well. The guy in the parking lot in my grocery store this morning, the guy was circling trying to find a spot, stopped at the front of the row for 3 minutes while texting. Yeah, well, I still don't like the people who go to the grocery store, and I don't understand this, and it's not something that I should not allow it to frustrate me. But when I go to the grocery store, there are certain spots where you park, and the people who got your groceries bring it out to you. There's like 6 spots that are designated for that, and people will just park there and go inside because they're closer. I don't get it. I don't like their specific. It's almost like parking in a handicap spot. It's not really, but it has that same vibe of like, dude, you could park anywhere else, but you had to park in the spots that are not designated for you to park in unless you're picking up groceries. What the fuck's wrong with you? What in your brain is like, I'll just do this thing. Screw it. Whatever. When eventually beeped, he moved to this aisle next to it. A lot. Stop texting. Dude. I'm trying to do a thing. It's a good thing But I try to make sure I think about other people's perspective to some extent. Like, I don't know what's going on in anyone else's life. I don't know how, like, my situation where I have to, this is the job I can manage, and it's still only what I can manage because of my mental health stuff. So I don't know what's going on in people's lives, and I try not to get too uppity about it. But yeah, that would piss me off. And unfortunately, one of the things I have to do is emotional regulation. So I have to try hard not to allow my emotions to flare up like that because it's not helpful for me. Like, I let stuff bother me. And if I notice that I'm being bothered by something, I have to stop and ask myself, like, why am I allowing it? Why am I allowing this feeling to control what I'm doing, how I'm feeling? I could just stop. I have to do that a lot, especially during the. We're not going to talk politics, but driving past a bunch of political signs all the time would piss me off because it's like, it's gross. I don't know why it's still something we do. I understand why it's something that's done, but I still think it's gross. Like, I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't want to see your dumb stuff in your lawn. See, I'm letting it get to me now. I'm going to stop thinking about it. It's all done with. I'm just going to sit here and try to live my life as best I can. All right. Now, this one I believe is the bourbon one. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can and then stop because I don't, like, I'm already winding down and feeling gross because I need to eat food. Parking in the law enforcement spot without even a cop car. People don't understand what that was meant for. I didn't even know there was a spot for that. Like, that's something that's done over there. I've never seen one. I do see, like, cops just kind of creep through every once in a while at a grocery store, or they sometimes have, like, the parking whatever they're called. They just, like, their job is to go around the parking lot and be like, hey, stop that. Don't park there. Don't do that. Truck blocked everyone. He didn't move. It was annoying. The second time, it's like, this was an idiot who really refused to get it. Yeah, well, you never know, man. Like, they may be having a serious argument on their phone with someone. Something may be horribly wrong. Or they're just being dumb and, like, scrolling through Instagram or YouTube Shorts. You never know. But I try to avoid conflict now. Like, the recent audiobook I listened to was called Conflict, and it explained different scenarios where people are, like, butting heads and having, like, really serious issues. Like, they started off with gang violence. That was one thing. They went into local politics where people just get, like, really uppity about how things are being run and when people are against what they want. Conflict, butting heads, and getting, like, really involved and upset about those little things. Like, I know people who park at the parking lot in the wrong spot and, like, get out of their car. Screw them. Whatever. They're not worth thinking about, and yet they're in here still. So avoiding conflict in that regard is a moment of looking at it, knowing there's a feeling that is being caused, and realizing that it's not important for the rest of your day and the rest of your life. Those people are going to do what they're going to do. You just have to see it and be like, okay. Okay. And move on. Don't let it eat at you. Don't let it get you going. All right. I have to move away for a moment because I have the bottles over here, but I don't know which. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What was the 7th one? Was this one? Yeah. I should have put you down there. So these are all the bottles for the bourbon selection. We actually picked these out on a live stream not long ago. In there. But now I have to set these up in the order I want them. And that just takes a little bit of looking. Right. Oh, I don't know where that one is. Why am I going to get another one? It's like such a minor complaint. Like, I really like this bourbon. It's stupidly hard to get. It's fine. I have so many other bottles. It's ridiculous. I'll just not show that to the camera. Don't worry about it. pen for writing. I shouldn't use pen. I should use pencil, but I don't. Because either I'm going to like mess up with the pen and it's going to be visible, or I'm going to mess up with the pencil and you're going to see the eraser marks. There is no winning. No matter what my signature, my handwriting is atrocious. It's just is. Do. Oof. Oh yeah, this bourbon selection is a freaking banger. There we go. Another little one that gets me is when people park in the spot I park in all the time, where I live. Like my apartment building parking lot is fairly big. I park kind of far away from the door, and I have one spot that I always park in. And when other people park in it, I get annoyed. No label bottle again. Cheech is the guy. Seriously? Yeah, I'll get in touch. I haven't seen Cheech in a while, but I've also I have pulled back very hard from the whiskey tube community, as in like paying attention to it. And this is something I was doing before on my own channel. Since I have a channel that is strictly for making content and keeping engagement and entertaining people, that channel cannot have distractions of being subscribed to a lot of other channels. So if I'm not subscribed to a channel, it's only because I don't need the distraction. I don't need things popping up. I don't want to see what they're doing. I mean, a lot of times I feel like jealous. That's the worst thing, is when people are doing stuff and I'm not able to engage anymore as easily. Sometimes I'll pop into chat. Like if I see Scotch down under, Ken, sometimes I'll pop in there and say hi. But that's because he's on in the morning, and that's, again, a distraction because I pop in there and start chatting when I should be doing things like this. Or having breakfast, in his case. Oftentimes I need to eat food, and I haven't done that yet. All right, these are a little tricky because they are not as stable. As you can tell, I mean, they're little vials. So I have to make sure I'm as far away from it as possible so I don't touch anything. Whoa. You gonna finish it? Nah. Almost. But nah, still a little bit. There he is. There's the man himself. Look at that. Look at that mustache. Look at that beard. What a legend. If only he knew how stupidly expensive this stuff would be now. Well, I did want to harass Cheech about cookies. I want to forget that. This is going to be a thing I need to do just because I'm not writing these down immediately. And I don't want to mess this up. So usually what I do is, since I'm lining these up here, I want to line them up here in front of me. This one needs to go somewhere else. This one is actually for the Irish sampler, and if you watched before, you'll see it's not completely full because that's the very last of it. So generosity is how I got the one I had. The other route is $1.99 from the one museum store that gets it. Jesus. Wounded zebra. All right, this one I need to label somehow. Well, I know what it is, and there are no other vials near it. So I'm gonna gamble. I know what it is. There's no question of that. Still nervous about it. But I think I'm good there. And this is here because I actually tape up the boxes too. So that's where you see actual packaging tape. Right on the desk, because that's where I would be doing that. That one. And I'm lining these up right in front of me in the order that I'm doing it. So I will not forget, because I'm just putting them A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And knowing me, if I walk away from this, I come back and I'm like, oh, which is which? It's like, oh no, I don't. We did have a conversation about Jen cookies. And saying that feels dirty. But no, like the actual cookie she makes. And I'm wondering if she's going to make some this year because of the time of year. But I also want to make cookies. I want to do something like that. I want to say do a baking stream, but there's no way. I am too chaotic, and I don't want to show that off. But I might, like, if people are interested and think it'd be funny to watch me just like scramble around trying to do some baking. The hard part is I don't have a lot of room. Yeah, perfect circle right there. In general, like my kitchen is small. It is just like one strip, and there's a lot of junk on there. So I have like a rice cooker. I have a what's it called? Toaster oven, like a little tiny thing. I toast stuff. And then I have my little pour over coffee thing. So that takes up a good chunk of each little area. Yeah, so there's no real room for cooking. Like most baking places, they have like the section where the stuff is and then where they're baking it, putting it together. I don't have that. Not really. I'm lucky that I'm having a biscuit every day. That's been my little like, holiday fix. Just to have some of that. This isn't its Bourbonite pick, as you recall. 7. I found another channel that's actually got a 7 thing, but it's very common. The number 7 is glorified all over the world. As are other numbers, I found out. Easy. Village. Oop. Oh, you know what? I have got my fix. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. The worst part is the instant salivating. Instant. Half the cookies last week, doing that second half today. Well, goddamn. Sugar cookies. Well, sugar kitty cookies. That's damn. The smell of it, man. This is a little torture, by the way. Me smelling these bottles, going like, that would taste good. Reminder, I can taste whiskey. The catch is I taste it and I spit it out. To be clear. Every time. Feels bad, man. Like, I wish I could drink the whiskey, of course, but I think even just tasting it feels pretty bad. Like, I put something that's really good on my tongue and just sweeten it like, and then, pah! Incomplete. Do not finish. Do not swallow. I'm the guy who won't swallow. That's what I tell people now. Still feels weird to say, but hey, why not? It's true. The guy who doesn't swallow. Why must life be this way? All the way down. I gotta rinse it off. Oh, that's right. I don't know what I do. What happens when I get like this, where like I know I need to eat food, but I'm ignoring that, which is not a good thing to do, and it becomes kind of painful. But Rob Smith, hello. Had me cookies. Exactly, man. It's the time of year, and what's worse is I have a nutritionist. Like, this is the first year I've had a straight up nutritionist watching what I'm doing. Like, I tell her what groceries I get every week. Every week. And she's talked about it, and I've talked about it. Like, I have a perchance for donuts, but that's only because the cafe I go to, they have donuts that are half off after 3. So I just don't go there after 3. Oh man, still Austin. Again, this is I believe it is. Yeah. Got another banger here. Nancy Freely. Still Austin pick. I expect Mr. Great Shot to show up now. He's a big fan of their stuff, as am I. Ugh. Wait. Sometimes an air bubble gets caught in there. And when an air bubble gets caught, it just sits in there. It doesn't go in. It's hilarious. Let's have one last sniff. I feel like I'm sniffing glue. Yeah. Like I said, the world is a weird place. People have different thoughts and feelings about stuff. I'm going to sneeze. Woo! Just one? Let's see. I'm accustomed to 2 or more. All right, now we have another banger. Per my tastes, mind you. And also that it was what it was available at Elijah Craig at the time. This is one I picked up myself, so it's very special. He does. He does live there. And that was the problem for me. It was like he would be like, hey, you want me to get this one for you? I'm like, yes. And I think I have one of each season now. I think the one I might be missing is the red one? I don't remember. But anyway, I think I have the complete set for their seasonal stuff at the moment, unless they change it. And that's from last year, I might say. But funny enough, the Elijah Craig bottle is harder to smell from. I think it's just because it's so thin up here. You think that wouldn't be a problem, but it is. Again, you are seeing like the preview of what the layout is. Yep. Mazel tov. I mean, what? That's another special bottle. Share this with others. Share G would want it that way. This is one of the few bottles I'm going to keep when it's empty. What's funny is I know in my whiskey journey that will end up being a problem. Like if I keep doing what I'm doing, oh damn you. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to have so many like, I want to keep this memory bottles. I want to keep this expensive bottle situations. It's funny. Reminder, I'm going to seal these up. I'm just not going to do it on camera because it's loud. And I need to eat food. I'm going to make myself a smoothie first. That's the important thing. Smoothies have been a big deal for me because I can add protein powder and actually have some sustenance from it. It's quite nice. This one I'm not going to show. If you know, you know. It looks like this was donated by Irene Tan. What do you know? Strange. Still flying high. All over, I tell ya. The legend. It's like nice and not so nice to be able to have bottles that have been dedicated to people who are gone. I mean, it's really nice that we did that, but it's, you know, they're still gone. But it's nice to have a drink for them. And I did that a couple weeks ago for Sherry G, if I remember correctly. I don't want to risk it. Try to put any more in there. It's definitely going to pour out. There we go. This isn't so bad when I have it lined up and ready to go. Everything's labeled. The only part that's going to happen next is sealing the tops officially, even though they do have the plastic thing, so they shouldn't, you know, they shouldn't spill at all. But I want to make sure, for my own personal feeling, that they will not spill. And I don't have the guy over here, but I have a little Buddha. Oh, I put this on the top of his head, usually. I have that now. Just put it down here. Let it dry out. So there you have it. That's the magic behind what I do for all these sample packs, and I'm going to have a lot of them to do still. Ugh, it's tiring for me. Like it requires a good deal of focus and paying attention to what has to happen next. There you have it, folks. It is just past 3 o'clock, 3:20. I will be going live at 7 p.m. tonight for gaming. I want to play more of the hardcore World of Warcraft. I've been enjoying that. I did some of that last night. I hope you'll join me for it. Bring your drink. I want you guys to tell me what you're drinking, if anything. There you have it, folks. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there.